Hola YouTube, Cap G here. I bet some of you guys are wondering why I haven't been updating consistently. I started talking to this girl at my job, and just to make a long story short, shit makes it very difficult to be thinking about children's card games when you're talking to a chick. But I've got some free time, so I'm gonna shoot some videos just in case you guys have been wondering. Okay, so the new Banlist is out, and I've got it written down here. Man, this is like a strange ass list. It's very random, a whole bunch of just off the wall shit. So I'm gonna go ahead and discuss my personal opinions of it, what I think, and all that other good stuff. I made a thread on Pojo a ways back. It was called Konami Overboard, and basically the gist of it was, do you think that Konami would just go overboard and start restricting tons of cards that didn't need to be restricted? And to be honest, that's what I think happened here with this March format. I mean, if you look at the list, you've got 14 new limited cards. 14? I mean, 14, that's ridiculous. Okay, you start with like Baronic. Okay, that was pretty much a given. You knew that was going to happen. Chaos Sorcerer, I don't really have a problem with that going to 1. It could have kind of went to 1 or 3. I really don't think it would have made that much of a difference. Kind of crazy that it's at 1 and like Judgment Dragon's at 2, but whatever. Necroface, kind of like Explosion, just bad card designs that really shouldn't be at 3 or 2, or to be honest, probably shouldn't even have been created. But then you've got kind of like the overboard stuff, like Lure and D-Draw. Like those are 2 cards that you've seen it when they're at 3, they're problematic for the game. Every format that Allure was at 3, Dad Return, Teledad, it was always being used in like the tier 1 deck. And same pretty much goes with D-Draw. At 2, these cards were great, but at 1, it's just like, I mean, people still gonna play Allure, but I mean, it really seems overboard and just overkill to limit them both to 1. 2 was like a perfect balance. They limited Mizuki. We all kind of saw that coming. Zombies are going to be down. Every format where Mizuki is at 1, zombies are down. They put them at 2, zombies skyrocket to tier 1. It's just the way it is. Mind Crush at 1. Where the hell did that come from? I was unaware that Mind Crush was a problem in Yu-Gi-Oh! Apparently. Charge of the Light Brigade and Lumina. Oh, I didn't write Charge down, so I guess there's 15 cards restricted. Charge of the Light Brigade and Lumina. I saw that kind of coming. Charge is the best recruiting card in the game, because it has a cost. Because even if you would solemn it or something like that, they still get the mill 3. They still get stuff in the graveyard they needed. Necro Gardeners, Wolves. Just easy way to make advantage just by paying the cost of the card. Lumina, again, I could have seen Lumina coming. Tragodia was it was big in Synchro Cat in Japan, which is I kind of wondered why it was even at 3 to begin with. You know, we started using it in America like crazy, so I think we really got it restricted, not Japan. Necro Gardener. This is an important one. This guy kind of reminds me of Necroface. Kind of poor card design. I mean, it's an effect you can use from the graveyard, but it's chainable. I know, right? How many other monster effects from the graveyard can you really think of in Yu-Gi-Oh! That are chainable from the graveyard? I really can't think of any other good ones. Necro Gardener. That Necro Gardener is going to be one of the most important ones on this entire list, I promise you, because that is going to be the biggest reason why Lightsworn is not nearly what it used to be. And then Burial from a Different Dimension. I don't like that one. I'm just gonna be blunt about it. Here's why. What are the 2 biggest threats with Burial from a Different Dimension? Number 1, Mizuki. They limited that, so it's not really a threat anymore. Number 2, Necro Gardener. They limited that too. So what the hell is you gonna use Burial with? The only other kind of good combo is the Value combo, which takes up 2 of your cards, which isn't even that. It's not even that good. Semi-limits, we've got 10. Cyber Dragon. Cyber Dragon's interesting. Cyber Dragon is going to be big. You will see like probably Glads and Synchro Cat playing 2 copies of that. Demise really irrelevant. I mean, with Gores and Tragodia and Necro Gardener. Demise is dead and it's not coming back. Honest at 2. We all knew that was coming. Treeborn at 2. Why isn't it at 3? You can only have one face-up Treeborn at a time, if I'm not mistaken. So what the hell's the point? Black Whirlwind. I'm really glad Konami put this at 2 and not 1. Putting it at 1 would have basically killed Blackwings. Putting it at 2 basically is a perfect balance. You probably won't see Blackwing players go double Whirlwind anymore, like turn 1. Even, I mean, if they have it, they might, but you kind of leave yourself to, you know, if like somebody heavy stormed you, then oh man, you're kind of like really just shit out of luck for the whole game because you now don't have Whirlwinds, even though you made kind of an advantage. United We Stand at 2 doesn't quite mean anything. Dandelion at 2, that's kind of cool. I like Dandelion at 2, and Foolish is at 1, so you really don't have any issues there. It'd have been kind of cool if Black Rose Dragon wasn't at 1, because then you could see like Debris, like Heim Debris decks would get some they get some real power from that. And then here's more just Konami being Konami, just restricting stuff that shouldn't be. Royal Decree, Skill Drain, and Oppression. Like they took I guess the biggest lockdown cards that have been, you know, used for many formats and just said, you know what, 2. These are cards that I can kind of understand Oppression because everybody started using Oppression. Oppression last format was kind of like Solemn in previous formats. Everybody started using it. Skill Drain doesn't make sense at all. Neither does Decree. I mean, these are 3 cards that I expect, honestly, that they will be back at 3 within like the next format. And then you've got the cards that got unlimited, just 2. Mask of Darkness, which, why the hell was this ever at 2 or 1 or whatever the hell it was? I mean, Crush card is gone, and who the hell would use 3 Mask of Darkness in a deck? Maybe if like Time Seal was legal and Crush card was legal, like, because then you could play like 3 Reckless Greeds, Crush card, and Time Seal, and I could see some like banana stuff between that and like Monarch. So it's like Konami just really went overboard with the limits. I guess the big what the fuck is the fact that like Judgment Dragon is still at 2 because apparently he just is like having sex with Konami or something like that. I mean, I don't quite understand that. I mean, just Judgment Dragon is just immune to being less than 2 or something like that because the card is obviously good, but they just won't restrict it. Format should be kind of fun. It should be more skillful than last format. So it's going to be interesting to see what the top decks are.
Put 'em up, put 'em up. Now put 'em up, put 'em up. Now put 'em up.